Okay, we're putting a new question answer process in place here. We got a lot going on. This item has been, question came in on this item and we printed the question and I gave it to Banana Peeler to find the item. I hear him back there. And then we brought it to Wheeler. Wheeler answers the question, puts it back on my desk, and I bring it to Banana Peeler with the next hot potato today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer here with Monday Morning Chaos with the Crazy Picker Life. Well, I promised to be back on Monday morning. Here I am, ready to go, whether I like it or not. And I do like it, but wow, I should have filmed on Saturday. So much has happened. Well, part of putting these videos out, it gets my brain stirring and it gets my team's brain stirring, and I've got a whole family team on my side. So we put this new question and answer thing. Here's the problem we have. We all work different schedules. We're all sort of independent in this business. We link together through listing items, answering questions, packing items, taking stuff into the post office, passing in the night, eating supper and some meals together, doing some other family things together. We're all doing our independent work, but there's some holes in the system. One of them is questions coming in. When we have questions come in, to me, the quicker we answer those questions, the better. And if we don't get back to those questions right away, we lose sales, we lose customers, we lose people having faith that there's somebody on the other end of that eBay that knows what they're doing. And so I always have been searching for ways to get those questions answered in a timely manner. The challenge is I can answer some of the questions that come in on the main camera channel, but I can't answer the technical ones, or at least I can't answer them well enough. So we have to get those to Wheeler. Wheeler has his hands full with other things, and timeliness doesn't always work. So we got everybody involved. Now, Banana Peeler,
yeah,
back here. Banana Peeler is in and out of the inventory more and more and more. He does more and more of the packing. He's doing some of the inventory stocking with new items when we bring them down. He's doing a lot of the inventory retrieval. That gets crazier as we list more and more items, as we get larger and larger. We are tightening our belt on our inventory, but the inventory is a dynamic animal. And so Wheeler has trouble finding things. I don't blame him. He's not down here as much anymore. He's not in the inventory as much anymore. Once he lists it, it leaves his desk and goes into the black hole of our inventory. So we have everybody involved, and that's what's going on right now. Just one part of it. So, Banana Peeler.
yeah.
I brought that one back. It has Wheeler's check mark and signature on it. He's answered that question. That question is no longer highlighted. It's off our plate. Maybe we'll get an order, so you want to hang on to that and not reshelf it right away.
I can reshelf it.
Well, we talked about that though.
Yeah.
Don't spend the time reshelfing it right now.
Okay.
Leave it right there. Because if that sells, we go from there to packing. We don't have to reshelve it. Here's the next question though, and you want to bring that to Wheeler.
Yep.
In another tote, say, here's the hot potato.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Here's the hot potato.
Hot potato.
Hot potato.
Hot potato in the hopper.
Woo! Okay, well, we are growing, we are changing, I'm getting my children involved, and it's going from the point of involved with lots of supervision to involved with less supervision, and then the third step would be involved with systems in place and taking the supervision part of it off my plate and making it more of a system where if something breaks down in the system, you can kind of track it and talk to the people involved and fix it, and then either improve the system, fix the system, kick the system in the pants, whatever it takes, right? Systematize it. And although I know some of these things in theory, how to do them, I understand the idea. Some people would say, why didn't you do this before? Well, things are changing, things are dynamic, and I'm leveraged. I'm in the system, and part of growing a business is somebody, and in this case it's me, somebody needs to design the systems and remove themselves from some of the systems or they go crazy. So we are evolving, the business is changing, the business is growing. We're putting people and systems in place so that this business can grow. One of the things that's super challenging is our space constraints and our utilization of some of the tools that help our system run and the space involved. And then, of course, people and places and da-da-da-da-da. Why do I have to print the damn questions? Well, I'm the one that has access to the printer right now. You can't have printers everywhere. We do want to have a printer that's on the Wi-Fi. The problem is I don't like the Wi-Fi. I don't like the Wi-Fi on in my frickin' house 24/7. You know why? Because it goes through your brain, it cooks you slowly, slowly but surely. Dealers getting, what do you call that? Slow cooked. I'm in the slow cooker. We're all in the slow cooker. I prefer not to be. Okay, lots of other subjects going on. Let's see if we can do this. This is kind of fun. Over the weekend, let me set this up. Oh, here comes Wheeler.
Where's the bigger life is staged?
Yeah, we staged that a little bit. Oh, well.
That's how they're doing all the big vlogs. We're becoming like a big famous vlog now, right?
Oh, boy. Well, that was staged because he was coming down the lane there. And I'm like, oh, I want to get a picture of you completing the system. Now, here's the question. It's got the check mark and Wheeler's signature on there and the item there. That question has been answered. So whether it takes 2 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, the hot potato, once it comes back to my desk, is a cool potato. Question's been answered. And I can either get the next question in queue in order or not, but I don't have to sit there and be tied to it. It can just flop on my desk along with everything else. Now, unlimited space, unlimited time, unlimited resources, we'd have a place where that would go, and there'd be like sort of a queue that would develop, and somebody would have to have an electroshock collar on them or something that would tell them when a new question came in, and then the hot potato could start again. The timer could start again. We want to get that question answered in a timely manner. Wake up! Wake up! The shock collar hit you. Get the hot potato going. Question, question, question. Gotta get it answered. Woo! Okay, so over the weekend we went and ran the Wild West 5K in Hays, Kansas, and we had a good race day. Here is the post-race picture with the whole racing crew. And if you look carefully, we are all wearing the Wild West 5K post-race shirt. You take off your sweaty one and stinky one and you put on a post-race shirt, and then you can go out to eat or do whatever. And then, if you're really looking carefully there, you'll see the medals, the Wild West 5K medals. Now, the Wild West 5K does have a couple hundred people in it. They are very generous on age group medals. They have the top 5 places get a medal, plus some of the initial first place runners in the whole ball of wax get a better reward. But we got medals. Everybody got a medal. Banana Peeler broke 20 minutes in the 5K for the first time ever. It's a personal record, and he is still 13 years old, so that's a pretty good time for a 13-year-old, 1940 something. And he beat Wheeler for the first time in a 5K. Wheeler's now under notice that he needs to get out and train with us, otherwise the train is finally caught him. And old Dealer there got a medal. He got 5th place in his age group. I did that. 26:02. Not my fastest time ever, but a minute faster than last year. Okay, so if you're a runner and you're young getting older, getting faster is part of it. You want to get faster, right? But you hit a certain point in your days where your faster times are behind you. Well, my times got slower and slower, and this year though, I'm on a sort of a short-term comeback, like when the Smokey and the Bandit movies, the Bandit breaks out of it, does some sit-ups, and gets out there and drives his black Firebird again. Well, all that. Well, I guess I've got 1 year of that. So I took a minute off my time last year, which is like 20 seconds a mile. That's an indicator. Getting faster, getting better temporarily. 8-minute and 20-second pace. Not fast by any means, but fast for me. Okay, what else is going on? A lot going on. I don't know what the heck is going on in our brain department, but revelations everywhere. Business is changing. We had a good time at that race Saturday. It was nice to get out of town. We got to go out to eat. We got to walk around Hayes a little bit, have some fun around Hayes, and then we came back and did some listing. But we've been falling off the momentum pace, and I needed some way to fix that. And so I was brainstorming with Lon, and she came up with a good idea, and we kind of talked it out, and here's what's going on. Save the day. Okay, so our momentum contest, just to remind older viewers and newer viewers, we're listing $200,000 worth of our back stock. New listings, 4,000 new listings by the end of September. And we have our reasons for wanting to do that. The number one reason, business-wise, is we're trying to get some momentum in our business that we lost going into fall and spring of 2019. Okay, so we're 19 days into the contest. We've listed $40,000 plus some change. That is 20% of our goal, if my math is right. We've listed 807 listings. I didn't do the math on dollars per listings, but I'm sure that's pretty decent. We're always looking to have a certain dollar item average. Better, you know, the bigger items, the better, typically. Less listings, more money, more sales, less picking, da-da-da-da-da. Can't always do it. Anyway, that's where we're at right now as of end of day on Saturday, last Saturday, a couple days ago. Now, we had a pace that we needed to hit daily. We fell off it after 3 weeks, $4,200 down. We really should be at $44,000 if we were on pace to hit the 2,000, and we're 86 listings down. If we were on the 4,000 listing pace, we're down a little bit from that. Okay. How easy is it to come back from that mentally when you're behind that much? That's tough, right? There was our pace. We needed to keep 47, 23, 53. So what do? Keep chasing a bunch of rabbits that are running too fast? Heck no. You recalibrate. And that was, although Lon did not articulate it to me initially where I could understand it. Once I understood what she was saying and put it into terms that everybody here in the Momentum team understands, she gets the credit and I get to reveal it. Our new pace from here on out, we're starting with where we're at. We're still going for the 200,000 by the end of September. We need to up our pace. 49 items a day, $2,418 listed a day. That's our new pace. If we stick to that, we'll make it. So we changed from our old pace. We had to up our pace. And we are now, I don't have my pen, but 0-0. We don't need to worry about where we're at. As of today, we're again zeroed out. Recalibrate. Mentally, we're starting over. And so we erased the bad memory of not quite making it so far. And off to the races. Now, some would say, oh, you just messed the numbers around. Well, sure. But this business, as well as your business, as well as getting and gaining momentum, as well as day by day, keeping your attitude positive, keeping moving forward, focusing on a goal, that's what it's about. Once you get behind the 8-ball and down, you can go for days or weeks slumping. There ain't no slumping in momentum. So that is what is going on. What, banana peeler?
How am I supposed to pack this small little thing?
What is it?
Screw in PC sync thing. Flash tip.
Yeah, how are we supposed to pack that?
Yeah.
All right, I'll show you. Got the little flea flicker secured in there, and we'll ship that out, okay? Oh my gosh. Look at that, we got the hot tomato back already. We got the hot potato back already. We're getting our questions answered. I don't know how this is going to work all day long, but Monday morning the hot potato game is kind of fun. Pass the hot potato, right? I'm probably going to be on yellow alert all day long looking for hot potatoes, but I am anyway. There's just a disconnect between people. People, places to go. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay, so did we get a lot of orders today? Yes. We have Saturday we didn't ship, so I have a tote downstairs from Saturday orders. We packed those on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. I have a bunch of orders from my Lots of Camera Stuff channel, and I will show those because they're kind of interesting what's going out of here on the lower end. I think we had another 16 or so camera orders and a watch order. Now, my watches and my general stuff has been slow going with a few streaks of stuff here and there. Today, I think, is the first day since all the changes in the promotion manager that I can list a sale on those channels. And I'm going to do it. So when the promotion manager's changes happened, I had just repriced stuff somewhere right in there and just relisted it. And so I was dead in the water, no sales. I couldn't list any sales prices. I'm 14 days in, I believe, and free and clear, and I'm going to list a sale. My understanding is I can list it for however long I want and still turn around when that sale ends and relist it as another sale, as long as my auction doesn't end at the 30-day mark, since mine are 30-day listings, and as long as I don't reprice stuff. Now, possibly my 30-day cycle could end and I relist it and I could run another sale. Probably not. Once you relist it, it's a new day, another 14 days. So I may have to go to Everybody's got their abbreviation and whatever. List till sold, whatever the heck that thing is. And somebody, I'm sure, will correct me with the acronym and the whole thing, but there's a way you can list your items forever and ever and ever until you cancel them or until they sell. I may have to go to that. There's some reasons I haven't gone to that. I'll keep experimenting, but I'm going to list some items on sale, and of course the clock is always ticking on getting our orders out. We are going running this morning. I'm definitely not outfitted for running, and if you would look closer, I have my flip-flops on with my bare toes, and I have my jammy bottoms. Woohoo! The what do you call that? The photographer's edge. I can appear something that I'm not. I am in my jammies. Okay, I will go list these items. No, I'll go list some sales. I like to put stuff on sale. Hot potato. Hot potato. Hot potato. You get that one. There's all the hot potatoes stacking up. I think that's the last hot potato for right now. So what I used to do is I used to say, Wheeler, how come you're not answering the questions? And I'd have to get grumpy and yell, how come those questions aren't answered timely? How come we can't answer those questions? Get all frustrated. Wheeler'd get frustrated. He'd forget. He'd get involved with something else. He'd go a different direction. Wheeler, how come you're not answering your questions? Chewing my cereal here. So after I stood back and figured out the components of why they weren't being answered, how they're coming in, how they're going out, why they're sitting, why they're not, all that, you break it down, you make a system, you launch it. Now we're launched. Obviously now we have to see what happens and fine tune or tweak or trash or whatever the system until it's right. I got to check these orders. See if they're ready to ship. Need to systemize that too. Okay, so these 10 are ready for me to list. In fact, you know what? I already have all these listed. So I'm a little running behind. Saturday I listed 17 items in the short afternoon that we had. And I need to pull these out and get these replaced with some new items for Kate to take pictures so I can list those today. Now, over the weekend we did stop at a couple thrift stores when we were in Hayes. I don't check ink a lot anymore, but apparently I should be. I can't sell this on Amazon because I'm not an authorized HP ink reseller. On Amazon, there's 7 of them here. These are selling for 48 bucks, free shipping each. And obviously there's some date codes on these things that you have to be aware of. These are not 100% current date codes, but they're not dead date codes. So they're pretty good. I'm going to probably put them in 4 lots by color and type. And I paid $1 each, plus a little tax. So $7.50. When it's all said and done, I should get well over $100 for these. Maybe closer to $200. We'll see, but that's a good pickup. So basically, the way I look at that, I go to Hayes, I pay $100 to go race with my 4 boys. We have lunch, we have gas, we have fun. That puts a big dent in it. I like that. I like that way to travel. Got to keep moving. Got to eat my breakfast. Get out running. All right. Back from running. I got 2-mile recovery run from our race this weekend in. Felt pretty slow. Boys did 4 miles. Wheeler ran with me, trying to get out more consistent and more realistic. I need to get him out more often. He needs to get out more often. He's, you know. Okay, one thing when you go away from the office and you're doing something fun, like running, or whatever fun that you do, I'm not sure running is fun, it's more of a necessity. Parts of it are fun. It's nice to have some orders come in. So we're back at the office, 4 more orders. I'm going to gear up banana peeler and get those done. And then the other thing that happened, Mondays can be mail day, but those top 2 I think are returns. and these bottom two are test strips coming in. So money in and money back out, most likely, is what's going on there. So I can get swamped on that as well. Mondays can be swamping. I used to start earlier. I've been more lax in that. I started at 6 a.m. today, and I feel at this point, it's 11 a.m., 11:30. I feel like I'm backpedaling. I've got plenty of things to do yet today, both personal and business, and lots of orders to pack, some things that I've got to get involved with. And I think we've got a hot potato too, so I got to get that going. That means a question coming in for those of you that haven't picked up what a hot potato is yet. I like the terminology. I'm not sure exactly if we'll stick with that, but the idea is right. Hot potato in the oven. Hot potato coming out of the oven. All right, so got some packing to do. Banana Peeler has been packing most of the main camera channel's camera items. I had him packing pretty much everything under $100, and made some exceptions with some, I'll show you one of them here, with some items that are larger and harder and heavier to pack. And then on all the items that he was packing, I'd have him lay them out. I'd have him double check them. I'd have him package them up without closing them out, without running them through the computer. And I would check them. I would just check that the item is in the right box, that it's not too heavy for the box, answer his questions, look at them, just double check. Today I removed the double check, and now he just comes to me if he has questions. So Banana Peeler has moved forward in the training. I still pack the items that are $100 or more, either with him or the items that are bigger. I'll show you one here in a minute. Either with him or by myself, depending on where we're at and what he's doing. He's already packed 20 orders today, so I probably will give him a break today. So there are a few here. We've got a lens that's $100 plus, a camera $100 plus. Now why do I do that? Well, it takes a little extra padding. It takes a little extra care, where I might stick that in a box in an envelope, a bubble mailer envelope. I'm going to pack that a little more carefully because of the risk factor for a more expensive lens. Most likely it would still make it the other way, but I sleep better at night. This is a lot of cameras that are all a couple pounds each. These are parts cameras, and I have to make a decision if I'm going to go UPS or if I'm going to go with USPS. And again, you got to pack that so they don't get dropped like bowling balls, etc., etc., etc. There's supposed to be a fourth item here somewhere. I'm going to have to look that up. I think there's one more, so I'll have to look that up. I just put the watches on sale today. I hope to get a few more sales. We had one over the weekend. There it is. These are lots of camera channel stuff that I'm listing and selling. So there's a camera bag. We don't sell a lot of those. This one's a Lowy Pro, happens to be nice. $11 plus shipping. Flash bulbs and lots sell pretty good. You have to check how many are in there. You have to make sure you have what you have. Darkroom lamp, brownie lamp sold. More flash bulbs. A couple of inexpensive Canon eyepieces. 2 of them sold for $25 total. That stuff's going to be pictured and listed later today. Then somebody bought all this handheld Polaroid untested stuff. I could partially test it. That lot of 3 items there went for $50 some plus shipping, and that's about what the market is on that now. Some people get a lot more for that stuff, but it has special backs, or it has a special usage or special testing or whatever. I just need to move it out at this point. It's heavy. It's not as hot as it used to be. The dump key camera pad or whatever, diaper pad, whatever, sold to somebody, and the magnifier. So a bunch of good orders, moving stuff out. I've got a little bit of momentum in the camera stuff that I'm listing. I've been listing quite a few items, so I did expect to get some some sales, trying to get some good sales. We had good camera sales over the weekend. Not great, but good. We had one more day where it was just dead, and then a solid day. So it's weird to me, if you have a multiple item $500-600 sale day, 10, 12, 15 items on one side, and then you have a day where there's like 2 sales under $100, and on the next day you have like another $600 sales day, multiple items, 15 items. That's weird. 15, 2, 15. I don't know. And they're weekend days too, which people should be looking. So there's a number of factors. There were no sales prices on any of those. I think I used to even that out somewhat, at least where we would have no down days because I'd be running sales. But who am I to say? You just roll with it. I used to roll with it, but I used to not have $100 days either. The idea that we have a 2 sales $100 day is virtually non-existent when we had sales, because I would stagger the sales. One channel would be having a sale, maybe my Northwest Kansas multiple stuff would be having a sale. I'd sell a bunch of that. Watch channel another couple days. There would be an overlap. The sales smoothed that out. And we would rarely have a day where we would have under 10 sales. And so now, still figuring that out. We'll see how the watch and the general merchandise channel do. I put a sale of 13% and 15% off on both of those channels for the next 4 or 5 days. We'll see if we up the sales on those this week. It'll be interesting to see. All right, I'm kind of back against the wall. I'm going to get these packed up and get down to the post office. The other thing that's been on my mind is this back room. With taking all the boxes out of here, this used to be stacked quite a bit higher. And with all the listing and shoving stuff in totes rather than on the shelf, because our shelf space is more, this shelf space out here is more for premium camera stuff and to keep it separate. This is becoming a rat's nest. Too many totes, not a lot of stuff on shelves. I'm gonna have to spend an hour in here a day until I get it back to where I can start pulling more boxes out here to list stuff and sort stuff. And I got to be able to find my stuff that I'm selling. I know what I need to do in here. I've just been putting it off. It's like 2 weeks of momentum has given this room sort of a bad hair day. Star Wars stuff up here. This used to be a bedroom. Till we refigured. What did we do today? I don't remember. Recalibrated the house a little bit too when we moved the business back home. We did a little recalibration. Okay. Post office. Stay on track, dealer. Stay on track. That's looking pretty good. I think we have close to 40 going. And you know, that's because we didn't take any in on Saturday, so it's 3 days. It's good solid orders, good solid order flow. I got my buddy Lizzie helping me out. Thank goodness I've got her, because I don't like lifting all those in. I forgot to run a scan form on Saturday, and so half need to be scanned in one by one, and half I have a sheet, so we had to go back and make sure we had the division point on that figured out for the old post office. They don't like it when I do that, I don't think, but they're pretty cheery down there. I don't know what the whole idea behind going postal is exactly, but cheery until the end, I guess, if there is a bad end. Okay, so packages are falling back there. I put them, perched them up too high. Well, I'm not quite caught up yet. I did have almost, I don't know, give or take 40 USPS. And then I've got I think 2 that I'm going to send out today in UPS, and then I'm about 3 down on some other orders that came in, including one from my Northwest Kansas site, which is my general vintage merchandise. Somebody bought $100 plus stuff on sale. Imagine that. Waiting for a sale? Not going to buy unless it's on sale? I can't imagine that. I guess we'll review that tomorrow. Okay, well, I never really got my second wind here. I don't remember what else I was going to talk about today, if anything. But it's getting late. It's 8 p.m. I did get my items all laid out. They don't look very spectacular. Just some little goober bits and pieces. Found another potential lightsaber, I guess. This one's a Graflex. Or Graflex, but it's called Graflite Junior. I'm not sure if it's any better or worse, but they all tend to go. I put a big box camera with a little box camera. Forgot to tell Kate that this thing opened up. There's not that much to see in there, but it doesn't open up very easily. That's probably why she didn't figure it out. I had it open. Really, I did. Really, I did. It's got a release there somehow. Oh well. That's impressive. So I will get these 10 listings. One of them has 3 items in it. Everything else is a lot. I will get those listed. I did list some test strips. I don't think I listed anything else. So probably be 15 listings. One has 3 in and be 18 listings. And I hope to get a second wind somewhere in there when I'm doing that. Been going pretty hard. I wanted to also, sometimes I don't get everything done. I wanted to get into this back room and start sorting it, and maybe I will, but I think logically that's going to wait till tomorrow and try to get an earlier start on that. I'm not usually one who doesn't get it done, so I think that race took a little bit more out of me on Saturday, and I'm backpedaling a little bit. We did have, I don't know, over 40 orders go out actually today, and then here's another 6 plus a test strip thing, 7, and I've got let's see, 4 more upstairs that are not packed yet. So, including a $500 Rolleiflex, so that's always good. So I guess been busy. We have all our homeschool stuff is now ordered in. We got all our books and curriculum in. We are starting our homeschool year next week, and we have basketball camp next week. We're starting early. A lot of times we start at different times depending on what we want to do during the next year. This time we're starting early, middle of summer. But it's not bad. The kids get most of their schooling done from earlier in the morning till early in the afternoon, and then they have the rest of the day. It teaches them to use their time pretty wisely, and then the teachers, me and Lon, are the ones that have to work extra. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to the work aspect. I do like interacting with the kids on educational and religious type things. That's always good. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get this uploaded, and tomorrow we'll see what kind of listing numbers we've combined for. I know Wheeler did another midnight thing where he started at midnight. I think he lost steam too. I don't know. I hope he gets his schedule under control. I see some things in his way he goes about things that I would not do, but what are you going to do? All these lessons hopefully are learned over time. Not going to go there, right? Got a twitch. Who knows what that is? That's voluntary as opposed to involuntary. Okay, I think I was trying to go, I don't know, make a noise. Pick well, list often. Tomorrow's another day. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer production.